Preparing. Yay! Welcome back. Let's see. Make sure that my audio doesn't get mixed up real quick. But welcome back, everyone. Preparing. Yep, there we go. Knew it was going to happen. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Thursday and happy final tribute talk. Not of ever, of 2023.
I have to clarify that.
Not ever.
We had to have like a clickbait title, we always have
It's
to
true.
have a little clickbait.
This is true.
But we're coming back in 2024, but we should announce what our plan is for 2024. We haven't really talked about what we're going to be doing with episodes and with our tribute talk episodes as well. But we will be doing once a month live streams. Ooh, with some rustling in the background. We'll be doing once a month live stream tribute talk episodes like normal, and then we'll be doing once a month episodes of Into the Arena, and we'll be doing those. We're tentatively planning to do those every other week, so at least we'll be having content bi-weekly. So stay tuned for that. We're super excited for the new year, but we just wanted to have one final tribute talk for 2023 to kind of wrap up the year of Ballad. So I guess we can talk about some things. Ballad is now officially out to stream from your own device, which is awesome. How is everyone feeling about that?
I need IMAX.
I need
Yeah.
IMAX.
Yes. Yeah, I feel
What
like I
I
was
need-
spoiled.
What I need is a home theater that has IMAX.
No,
Need both.
exactly. Because I'm so sick of going to the theater and sitting next to like people who are munching loudly, who are talking, who are just like having a grand old time bringing their own food in, doing their own thing. I'm like, you know what? I'm here to see a movie, and like I get so distracted so easily. Like I can't deal with that anymore.
Yeah, I'm
I don't know.
happy.
I really enjoy that because
Really?
the
Oh my God, I'm so stubborn.
Well, Brian,
the
you keep
best
saying that the theaters that you're going to are full, and like the ones around me haven't, and like in Phoenix, have not been full in a long time. Like since the second weekend, it was definitely a significant drop. So if the
y-
theaters were still full, I think that'd be kind of fun, but they're just
yeah,
They're
not
still
here.
they're full here in New York, or I guess it depends on the showtime. But I feel like now that the movie's been out for like a month, a lot of the people who are in theaters now are people who are like, let's just go see a random movie. I don't really care. Like they're just there to see a
Agreed.
movie, not so much to see Hunger Games, if that makes sense. And so that's like a hit or miss. Like sometimes in those crowds, I've gotten people being like, wow, that was really good. Like they were surprised and like, walked away with something fun. And then you have people who are like, I kind of feel bad for him. And I'm like, no, you didn't. Okay. You didn't understand. Like,
No, I agree. And I sat next to some very disrespectful people this
oh
past
no.
time that I went that were just super arrogant and like I won't say what they said, but they said very inappropriate things and it just
Mm.
made me super uncomfortable the whole time. I was like, can we stop acting like we're literally 12 years old? Like I think that was like my last straw with that. So when I go to the theater, I'm like I every time I try and pick a seat as far away from other people as
Yeah.
possible.
I
Because I get
always
what you're
check
saying,
the seat
AJ.
maps. What?
I get what you're saying. Like now
Yeah.
is the crowd that I don't really like they're
Care
just
for.
like the average moviegoer who doesn't really care as much as I do. And that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's hard for us because we're just
Yeah.
so like into this and like we live and breathe this that to have people who are only like casually interacting with it's like not only do I not relate, but it makes me irrationally angry. And I know that that's a me problem. Like I'm very aware. This is not. It's fine, but yeah, it's rough.
I must be getting lucky because I get crowds that you can tell they haven't seen it yet and they know of the other movies, but then once the movie starts, they are just in it and enjoying it the entire time. And then I have
Um,
more fun watching other people's reaction because first thing I notice is if anyone jumps at the rabid
yeah,
dog, then usually I'm watching them for every single jump
Mhm.
scare because it's always so funny. So, but I've been really lucky of having like positive reactions. I hear people enjoying it, and then they stay after and start talking about it. Or if someone in their group actually knows about the story, then they start explaining things. So I guess
Mhm.
I'm just getting lucky.
That's
I just feel
fun.
like
I'm
I
so
feel like
glad.
overall, like since movies have returned post COVID, like people just don't know how to act in a theater. Because
Oh
I've
yeah,
noticed it a lot more nowadays too. Like
for sure.
people try to make it about them instead of just being quiet. They think
Yeah.
people want to see want to know their opinions on everything, and we're just trying to watch a movie.
Yeah. I always I do this thing where so like I always get the middle seat in the last row, like that's my kingdom. And
The kingdom.
usually usually that row stays pretty empty, especially because I tend to go in like matinee show times or during the day, so there's not as many people. And I always check the seat map for that showtime again, like right before I go in, because in my mind I'm like, if I have to walk across anybody to get to my seat, I have to be prepared for that. And then just if there's anyone who's going to be next to me during the movie, I need to be prepared for that. Like I'm very like
Mhm.
specific about my movie viewing experience. I have to say, as a side note, because we're talking about like audience reactions and stuff, I have to talk about this. I saw Saltburn the other day and talk about like audience reactions. That was really hilarious. There was definitely some people who went in there not knowing what the heck was going to happen, and that was fun.
Yeah, I
But
know
I did
nothing
have
about this movie, AJ, so you need to talk to me about it.
okay, we'll discuss. But I
Okay.
did have a very like girlhood moment because the only people on my row and who were kind of next to me were like other girls my age or whatever, and we all had the same reactions, and it was like we were all like glancing at each other and like giggling. It was really cute, I have to say. And I was like, oh
Oh.
yeah, but it had to be for Saltburn and not Ballad, dang it. But it's fine, you know. I'll take it.
No, I do want to say I had a really lovely time because this is kind of like a Midnight Memories episode this past weekend. For my last movie going experience of Ballad. I got to see it with my dad, and he came with me because he used to read all the books with me, and that was really
Oh,
Oh,
sweet. And we actually were in the theater that I watched Catching Fire in for the first time, which was like a full circle moment for me. I just remembered like it was back in the day where they were transferring. You remember that transition period from midnight premieres to that 8 o'clock showing
Mhm.
yeah.
on Thursday nights? That's like kind of where Catching Fire happened. And so I was going to like one of those first showings of the evening, but you had to like wait in line because they didn't have reserved seating yet. And I remember waiting in line there. So it was just so sweet. I had to share that. And so I don't know if my dad
oh,
listens, but if he does, I was like, love you, Dad. Thanks for going with me.
that's so cute.
Yeah, it was really wholesome. Except that one kid that sat next to me that couldn't stop sharing their thoughts the whole time.
Oh my
But
goodness.
Waiting in
Mir-
line was the best thing ever.
yes.
Take me
Can we
back.
bring that back?
I remember like when we saw Catching Fire or when I saw it for the first time, I was in high school and I had like put together this whole like party of people to come with me, people that I used to call friends. And I'll leave the long story out of it, but basically everyone like sort of ditched me until it was time to line up. But I had gone like the time that I had originally planned for all of us to go. But they thought like, oh, AJ's just gonna go in line and hold our spot. But they like left me out of other plans. It's a long story.
Oh
Anyway,
my
they showed
God.
up to the theater, tried to cut in line to where I was, and I was like, oh no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no. Like I was
absolutely.
here. Y'all ditched me. Y'all can go in the back. And
Mm.
luckily, like movie staff came and like took care of that also for me. But I was like, absolutely not. Like this is not my problem.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but it's okay because we saw Ballad together, and I feel like I got to heal that high
Mhm.
school wound. You know?
Yeah, there's nothing like watching the movie with you guys.
Yeah,
Absolutely
Oh,
nothing.
That's
those were my favorite viewings. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. I love
And
Tina's commentary.
I
I
loved
don't
watching
even.
the progression of Abby and Chase. Absolutely losing their minds all the way to, guys, are we gonna go see it at like 11 p.m. right now?
Oh my gosh, yes. And going to see it that late was so fun. Oh my
Mhm.
god.
Weren't you
I
asleep?
really wish I had gone.
Yes.
She was.
I
She
like
fell
to go
asleep.
with you. I like to be next to Emily and know that Emily was watching Ballad with me.
Aww.
I'm gonna cry.
So sweet.
But
Also, like, New York City doesn't really do printed tickets anymore. I mean, they still do, but it's like you can only get a printed ticket if you like buy a ticket from like those kiosks or whatever. And I always get my tickets on the app because I'm trying to reserve seats like way ahead of time. And so you don't get a printed ticket. But what I found is that you can add that to your Apple Wallet. And then I've been taking screenshots of that, and then I printed them out and laminated them. And then the 10th one, I put holographic star adhesive on it, so it's extra sparkly because it was the 10th viewing.
that's
But
so smart.
I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
kept
I'm
all my
making movie
tickets.
tickets. You got to do it. Yeah.
That's such a good idea.
So, pro tip, life hack, whatever, for anyone listening who is in a similar situation, you can still get printed tickets. You just have to make them yourself. But it's worth it.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with mine.
Put them in a frame.
I have 17 of them.
Oh my god.
Ooh, do scrapbook.
Yeah. AJ, do you go to AMC?
Yeah, I do. I'm an
They have
A-list member.
kiosks like that you can type your thing in to get tickets.
Yeah, but that's like too much for me.
Oh my gosh, no, okay, totally fine.
Yeah, I think I have
I-
two physical tickets, so
I have
that'll
the
work.
one- I have the one from when we went on Thursday, and that one I laminated also because I know that like the printing on movie tickets tends to fade after a while, and I wonder if the
Oh,
lamination
really?
will keep it. I'm very lucky that all my movie tickets from the original
Yeah.
movies, I kept them like in a journal for all these years, and they're like intact. But yeah. Well, plus with like the AMC like screenshots, you get like the little movie poster in the corner, and I don't know, it's like it's pretty. It's not the same, but it works.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm glad that you kept your tickets. I'm glad everyone's keeping their tickets too. It's so sweet because like I went back and I found some old tickets and it's just so meaningful to have them. So
Mhm.
I don't know, it's so
I've kept
sweet.
every movie ticket since 2008.
Oh,
I
wow.
have a movie ticket collection.
I
Oh,
love
wow.
that.
I'm
I had a-
missing like a few years. I know they're around here somewhere, but I've got all the other ones.
I don't have
I
my
had a-
original The Hunger Games ticket. I'm sure it's somewhere, or maybe I just didn't think to keep it back then. I moved a lot, but I have the other ones. It's just sad I don't have The Hunger Games.
I have those ones, and I did for a while. Like one of my sketchbooks throughout high school was like one of those big moleskin sketchbooks, and I taped all of my movie tickets in the like inside covers. But that sketchbook got beat up because it would get thrown around my backpack, and it went through high school with me. So that's enough said. And so a lot of those movie tickets are incredibly faded. They're just like white pieces of ripped paper, and I'm like, I have no idea what movie this was. Something that came out in 2013. Probably Divergent.
Oh my gosh, iconic. Absolutely iconic.
Yeah.
Tina, how do you feel about Ballad being out? Have you watched it again at home yet, or have you not?
I just
It's totally fair. Totally fair.
because it's like if I've only seen Catching Fire twice,
You gotta
I-
cherish
yeah.
them. I totally respect you. I totally
You're
understand.
not a movie rewatcher. I wasn't
Yeah.
really a book rereader. I'd only read the series like twice till the podcast, so
That's
I get it.
insane.
Oh, wow.
if
Yeah,
I
that's
do
kinda
watch
surprising.
the movie, it's just gonna honestly be the arena bombing scene, and then that's it. I don't, for some reason. Oh, in the Under the Flag. I mean, that section, and it's so strange because part 3 was like my favorite in the book. Like that's the only part I cared about. I'm sorry. But in the movie it was almost flip-flopped. Like I didn't really I didn't vibe with 3, but the arena was it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it was just the whole starting from when he beats the shit out of Bobbin to where the arena gets bombs. I think that's where I want to watch it.
Yeah. I have this like weird thing right now where I'm like, I've seen it 10 times in theaters, and 10 feels like a good number for me to stop, even though I know it's still in theaters, but I just don't know if I'll like, find the time or the willpower to go again in theaters. But it's like, I feel like I can't watch it at home yet while it's still in theaters. Like, I don't know. It's like
I feel like I'm cheating.
You're
Yeah.
betraying
Same.
it.
I feel the
I'm
same
like
way,
that
AJ.
box office.
I'm like, here I am at lunch. Like I sit in my little break room and I have like ballad playing in the corner. Like it's so special.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I need it to be out of theaters before I can watch it at home. And I don't want it to be out of theaters. Like I want it to still be in theaters for a while, but I'm at 10. I feel good about that number. It surpassed Hunger Games because I saw Hunger Games 6 times in theaters, and that was my record. So I have well beat my record now. So I feel good about that. And with it being the holidays, and I've been really busy with work. And there's also other movies that have been out like this month that I've been wanting to see that I haven't been seeing because I've been seeing Ballad every time. But I'm just like, well, now that I know, it's like I know it's on streaming if I'm having like a really bad day or something. Like I know it's there in case I need it, but until it's still like, while it's still in theaters, I feel like I want to wait again.
Yeah. No, see, so the last time I went with my dad was the 12th time, and 12 just feels like a very symbolic number for me, but I don't
Yeah.
want it to be done. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to, like I still feel like it's still showing, I should still go. But it just feels like weird to keep doing it. I don't know.
I just
There's
love watching it at home because I can pause, and that's just what I've been waiting for. I mean, when the screen is
Yeah.
so big in front of you, it's hard to scan. If something's only up for a second or two, it's hard to scan the entire screen, and it's so nice to just be able to pause and look at all the extras in the background and all the sets and everything and all that. So I've been very happy just watching it a few times, pausing constantly.
I am looking forward to that. Especially since our Mackenzie interview, like anytime I see Coral on the screen now, I'm like, fun fact, like
Fun fact, like, hey.
Yeah, like I didn't really see her flipping around like the trident. I mean, I know you talked about it, but I had just never really caught that in the movie. So now I've actually been able to see that.
Yeah, just leave it to me. I'll find all the coral crumbs. But yeah, the other thing too is like, so I've seen it 10 times and that feels like a good number. And I also like when I went in for the 10th time, I knew it was the 10th time, but I didn't plan on it being like the last one. And I feel like if I have like a moment where I'm like, okay, I'm going into this knowing it's my last one, it's gonna feel really sad to me. And like I'm going to be hyper aware of my surroundings and be really annoyed by all the other people in the room. Whereas this was like, it was not intentionally my last time, but this feels like a good, like, let me quit while I'm ahead. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Brian, how many times have you seen it now? Like 25 or what?
I'm at 17.
Yeah,
I can't.
Whoa, let's go.
That's amazing.
can we send him a
I think you're leading everyone. Like you
For
are
real. World record.
literally king status.
I think now I'm not gonna say I'm gonna stop, but I think maybe like on like Tuesdays, when it's like $5, I'll go. It's just I love IMAX so much, so once that stopped, I kind of felt like incomplete after that. And so I'm very picky about my theater. Like the screen has to be pretty much like even taking up my peripherals. I want to just see the movie.
That's how I feel.
Because I'm not like a sit in the back kind of person, but I'm also not a be super close. I just want to be like it fills up my entire vision. And I'm the opposite of Emily, where I see more and I notice more in the theater because the screen is so big. And then once I'm like watching it at home or on my phone, it becomes something that I just put on the background. And so that's why I love the theater so much, even with a whole bunch of people, because I guess I just like feed off of their energy and I can feel that they're excited about it. And then it makes me excited. And then I get emotional watching the movie. Like this last time, two songs got to me, the Ballad of Lucy Gray Baird and the old There Before. Those really got to me this time. And those haven't gotten to me at all before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I love the theater experience, even though I am kind of annoyed with some people in the theater sometimes. But I love, like, movies are made for the big screen. And I just think back to, like, I know this isn't Hunger Games, but like when I went to see Infinity War and Endgame on opening night, like there's just nothing that beats being with people who love the franchise that you're going to see the movie of. And like Brian said, just that whole energy. Like that is my favorite thing about movies. I love going to the movie theater.
I completely agree. It's just like for me, the audiences have really tapered off.
Yeah,
so
I've definitely
it just
seen
hasn't
that.
been the same. So the theater's kind of done for me.
Yeah, well, I went to go see Wonka, and
Ooh,
there
yes.
was this group of kids like behind me. They were pretty much having full on conversations during the entire movie and being really loud. And there were a few people that like turned around and shushed them. But other than that,
that is like the biggest thing that I've noticed is people just think that like you can just talk through a whole movie. And I'm like, do you not understand movie etiquette? You go to a theater and yeah, you can react to the movie, but you don't just sit there and have a whole conversation while people are trying to watch it. I don't get that. Like, I do not understand why that's such a big problem now. Oh, Tina, your
born
mic.
with, but now what?
We missed what you said at first.
Oh, sorry. You guys can hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we
but
hear you.
I thought common sense was something you were just born with, but now I realize actually common sense has to be taught, and that's just wild to me. What? I don't know. Like I could have been born in a cave, and I'd walk into a theater and be like, "Oh, this is where I'm quiet now. This is where this is where I shut up. Keep my popcorn levels to like a chewing minimum, and shut the frick up." But like, I know, but like, even this is the crazy part, y'all. Even prior to COVID, like there would be people having full on loud ass conversations, and like people would have to shush them. It's like this wasn't a big part of this was COVID, but like it's been happening since like prior to COVID. It just boggles my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, luckily for seeing Songbirds and Snakes, the crowd has been really behaved. It's just so far I've seen with other movies that they don't really behave as well.
Oh, wow. For people who have seen the movie 5 times or less, how do you feel like you're like okay with 5, or like are you like I should see it more before it's gone, or like I don't know, what's your opinion?
I've only seen it 4 times in the theater, and I don't know. That's kind of enough for me. Like because one of my favorite things is going to the movies. So since there's so many other things out, like I want to see that. So that's kind of like for me personally, I'm good with 4. Like I've seen what I need to see. I like the movie a lot too. It's just that especially with my Cinemark reward thing, I like to use it on other movies too. So
Has anyone here seen The Holdovers?
I have not.
I'm going to take that as a resounding no. Okay, no. It's really sweet. It's like it's good. It's a good one. I'm plugging The Holdovers because it needs more hype than it got, I feel like. So if your theater is still playing it, go see it. It's a heartwarming holiday story, not like in a Hallmarky kind of way, but just like it's real sweet, especially if you're a sucker for like the found family trope. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see Wonka, but I don't think I'm gonna see that in theaters. I'll probably wait.
It was really cute. I liked it.
And
I felt guilty the entire time.
I know,
Aw.
I feel so guilty. I can't. It's the competition. I can't be doing that.
Yeah, I saw The Boy and the Heron, and that was really, really, really good. But
Oh,
I
I
love
still need to do that.
those
I thought you were about to
movies.
say I thought you were about to say I saw The Boys in the Boat. I was about to be like, what are you
Also, tips and tricks. Some of the like I can't afford to be seeing ballad this much. If there's an AMC near you, this is not sponsored, but get the A list and you can see
Yeah.
3 movies a week for $22 or so, ranging a month. So that's the only reason I've been able to see ballad so much is just because
Same.
of that movie pass.
I think I've
Well-
only paid for movie tickets for like 3 of the 10 showtimes or something.
Yeah.
Well, I have seen it so many times because I still had a little money left over from the premiere, so I was just using that card. And then surprisingly here, IMAX is really cheap. Mine was only $11
Oh wow.
because in
What?
Tennessee I remember it being like $18-$20, but here it was
Yes.
only it was only like $11. And then on Tuesdays it was also $5, which in
Oh.
Tennessee that wasn't an option. So
Mm-mm.
that's why I've seen it so many times, especially in IMAX. And I've used like a few credits on my sister's account for Cinemark before. But yeah. And also I've been using I've been selecting Child because I love the movie, but I can't hit. So
Man, when
Excuse
was
me,
in-
sir, you are not a child.
I'm a full-grown child.
I got the Benjamin Button disease. I'm sorry. Go ahead, AJ.
This
I'm-
movie's for my inner child, so there we go.
there you go. That's real right there. No, I was just gonna say when I was in the theater yesterday, for Saltburn, and of course it was AMC, and the girls next to me were like quietly reciting the entire Nicole Kidman intro, and I was so proud and so happy because it just cracks me up.
Max
actually-
says that all the time.
I saw a t-shirt on Etsy that I'm so tempted to get. It's literally just a black t-shirt and a white font, and it's just the entire Nicole Kidman AMC intro, and like I need it.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
I love that intro. I like
I
start
love
to
that
tear
suit
up when that
he's
comes
wearing.
on.
Yeah. I just want to wear the suit that not the suit that she's wearing, but I want that suit. It's a really nice suit.
Something else I want to talk about tonight. I don't know if Cherish is still here, but Cherish Danae had an amazing year.
Yes.
Yes.
Tom Holland posted or said that yes, Tom Blythe, obviously. Oh, Tom Holland. Did I say
Another
Tom
Tom.
Holland? Oh, Max is like Blythe. I'm like, obviously I said that, right? No, Tom Blythe, excuse me. Tom Blythe said that Cherish's song Echo was on his playlist and he publicly said that. So that was really cool and tweeted and interacted with her. So that was really exciting. Yes, Cherish is here. Cherish, you need to get on here crying about it. She's our queen. So if you haven't streamed Echo by Cherish Danae, it's our ballad song. So go give it a listen. But in other ballad song news, what was it about Can't Catch Me Now? It was shortlisted for the Academy Awards. Is that
Mhm.
Yeah, shortlisted for the nomination.
okay? So that also happened. How are we feeling about that? Do we think we're going to be nominated?
No. I mean, that would be great. It would be great if we're nominated.
I'm kind of hopeful because I think back to like one interview that Olivia had where she said that this whole song is created because of like the folk sound, and she kind of created a more folky sound for herself. Like it's not folk,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean for her it's a different genre, and I think she
Mhm.
by exploring that genre change, I think she did an amazing job, and I think it's well earned and deserved. So I
Yeah,
mean, even
it's so
nominated,
good. I love the song.
Mhm.
I
It might
think
be
it,
one of my favorite things about the whole movie.
mhm, yeah.
I'm just, I'm ever the pessimist, but it would be great.
No, it's gonna go all the way.
Mhm.
A
Yeah.
nomination alone would be good.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then it would be the first Academy nominee Hunger Games film.
Yep.
Wow.
that's cool. It's funny, but we're talking about this right now because I literally just opened Instagram and the first thing on my feed is about Oppenheimer being shortlisted for makeup and hairstyling, sound and original score. I'm like, yeah, let's go, boys.
Like I really wish what like Sherry Lawrence is posting a lot about her work and the behind the scenes work on Ballad for the
Mhm.
makeup and hair and costume and design, which I think
Mhm.
clearly needs like
Yeah.
it period
Shout out
piece.
Twilight Creations.
It's yeah, it's all the work and all the detail. I mean, we all notice it when we're watching. I think Ballad is very deserving of these awards and unfortunately will be passed by just because that's the world that we live in, but that's okay.
I
I
do
have
love
a
that we're getting so much behind the scenes content, though. Just the
Yes,
nature
Yeah.
of social media. It's just so cool how much
it's
more we
so
can see than the
cool.
previous movies because
I
they're just
was
posting stuff.
I was so shocked to find out that the dead maid is not a real person.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'm
that
pretty
post,
sure I saw set photos of a real person.
but it's so the like prosthetic company, the special effects Twilight Creations that they've been posting all these like prosthetics and stuff. They made a post where it's literally like a head and some hands and clothing. I'll send
Yeah, I
it to
was
you.
really shocked of how real it looked. I thought it was a real person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, give these people their flowers. Again, shout out Twilight Creations. Also because they made the mutts in the jars, and I need those. And they posted the like concept art that goes with each creature, and I'm like, I'm living. This is my jam.
Mm-hmm.
And the concept art for all the technology and stuff, really cool too.
Oh, so cool.
Oh,
Oh, and they're also
cool.
doing the giveaway right now for the Grandmams television. I don't know if it's still
I
going on.
think that ended
Oh,
a couple days ago, but good luck to everyone.
good
Oh,
luck.
God.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Me checking my email right now. Could you imagine if I had an email right now on live? Could you imagine how crazy that would be?
Oh my gosh, that live reaction. Oh my gosh. Aw. It's so great to have Charlotte in the chat because she just said we hired Reese Feldman to go to set for 4 weeks, so we'd have tons of behind the scenes for you. And it worked. Yay. It's
Yeah,
so
I'm
like it's
excited
so
to see the behind the scenes stuff on the DVD too.
Yes.
Oh yes,
I
which
love those.
Walmart is now, I guess that's another piece of news. Walmart is now the only like special edition copy that you can pre-order. Am I correct? Pretty sure.
Walmart, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only one I've seen. I'm sure there will be more, but
The Walmart set looks really good, and I mean, for $50, I feel like it's worth it.
So good.
Yeah.
There's a Target one, but it
Oh, there's a
It
Target one.
doesn't
but-
have anything.
Mm,
It has the IMAX poster as like the slip cover art, but it doesn't come with a fabric poster for pre-order.
mm. Yeah, so I'll be getting that Walmart. Okay, another thing. Okay, I want to talk about this. I'm going to talk about my box that I got in because I ordered my tier box. I ordered the top tier box, and
Woo!
I was so excited. I'm so thrilled. I have it. It's beautiful. The box itself is handcrafted, beautiful.
Oh,
It plays the trailer or the 4 minute behind the scenes that they played in front of the Hunger Games re-release, which is really cool. However, when I got my package, it was torn on the inside, and I'm not the first person that's happened to. It happened to Kelsey as
oh,
well.
Mm.
So, Walmart, I have to call Walmart and send it back and ask for a new one
ugh.
because, like, I mean, I hate to be that person, but for
No,
$500,
for the price
No,
point,
that's
yeah.
valid.
I was gonna say, I'm glad that you brought this up because I feel like they're like the items are great, but the packaging has been a little odd for these fan boxes because like I ordered the Aviator Nation fan box, the yellow one with like the t-shirt and the handkerchief and stuff, and the display frame thing for the I hate this the panner the currency has like a fairly big scratch in the acrylic, and I
Ugh.
tried wiping it off. I tried because I thought maybe it was just like a smear or like a streak or something. It's definitely a scratch. um I emailed support and never heard back.
Oh.
And the thing is, like, when I opened the box, the acrylic frame, which the bill is inside of, was not bubble wrapped. It didn't even have any kind of plastic wrapping on it. It was literally just like having a grand old time floating around this box. And like
Oh.
they put fragile stickers on the cardboard box it was mailed in, but like we all know the post office system does not care about that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like
Mhm.
there needs to be bubble wrap in these boxes. And I
I'm
suggested that to
surprised.
support.
Yeah, I feel
Surprised there
like the
isn't.
company, like Shop the Scene, this is their first time doing
Yeah.
something like this. So we're probably kind of the test
And that's fine.
collaboration.
But I agree with you, Holly. For the price point, it needs to be much
hmm
better than that because even if you get just the $50 box, that's still $50. Like that's still money people are paying, you know, like, and especially if you're investing in the higher tier boxes, those need to be packaged more safer.
Yeah. No, that was the thing. Like, I'm just so excited about this box. And I'm really excited about like what's in it because we're so grateful to get the box from
Mhm.
Lionsgate, you know? And so obviously like I took that stuff out, like the cards and everything, and I wanted those to be kind of like the stuff I play with, I guess. And then like
Yeah.
this box to be kind of like my special stuff. So that I collect and keep on a shelf and protect with my life. So I don't know. So that's the one bummer, but I know that you can still buy the I've seen the $50 tier box at Walmart. I haven't seen any problems with that packaging yet. So that
That's
one,
true. That one seems to be the best one so far.
yeah. And
I
then
haven't heard. Oops,
oh,
sorry.
go ahead. No, I was gonna change the subject, so you
Oh,
finish.
I was just gonna say I haven't heard of or seen anyone get the music box that we were gifted.
Mm,
So I wonder how that one is, how that one is doing, because
Yeah, that one would be interesting to open because it's kind of just a big empty box. Like there's not
yeah,
much in there. So I wonder
it
how
has
that's
the
packaged inside.
it has the Polaroids and the Academy pin, right?
hmm
Or yeah,
well, oh yeah. Yeah, it does. Well, not the Polaroids, does it?
yeah. They don't have the same Polaroids that we were sent, but it has Polaroids in it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It has the Polaroids, the character posters with like the ones that are on the calendar, like with the yellow orange backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm curious as to how that one is because I haven't seen anybody at least post about it, and I don't know of anyone who has that one. Um,
I think I saw one on the Hunger Games Facebook group.
mm,
The only problem they had with it is trying to figure out what that USB cord was, and then a whole bunch of people told him that it's to charge it. So
Mhm.
I haven't seen any issues with the
That's good.
music box, just people confused about the cord.
Oh my gosh.
Fair enough,
Yeah.
I guess. That's good though. I'm glad that there hasn't been issues with that one.
Which I
I'm
realized,
glad they made the boxes. I just think it's
Yeah.
so
It's so
cool.
cool.
I think it's what fans want. Like there's
Mhm.
some kinks to work out, obviously.
The
Mhm.
But
concept is
replicas and actual props from the film, yes.
So cool. I'm like,
Yeah.
I think to myself, like, I wonder which Academy student pin I have. Like when I see all the students, I'm like, I wonder whose pin.
I'm gonna pick out an extra in the background and be like, that's the one.
Yeah. But
I'm
that's
gonna choose to believe it's like a doubles, like a choreo double or something.
okay. I
I'll be
feel
delusional.
like I want to kind of bring it back to like wrapping up the year a little bit. I feel like
Oh boy.
I was just thinking we should go around and say what our favorite ballad memory was from this year, and it
Oh my
can't be
gosh.
broad. It has to be like a very niche specific one. So take a moment to think about that because I feel like I even need a moment to think about that.
Totally Tom dancing in his underwear and
Oh
then falling in the
Tina?
snow.
Tina.
Yes,
Oh my
Tina.
gosh.
No, obviously not mine, guys. You know
No,
damn
but
well that's not
it
mine.
can be
Color
it
me
can
shocked.
be like a certain memory of going to see it, like not even just saying like, oh, like going to see it for the first time. No, like a specific moment, a scene that you saw for the first time, or like
Can we have a top 3?
Yeah, I have too many.
yeah, if you
Too
have like
many.
one or two, share like a couple. But
Okay. Fair
yeah,
enough.
I don't know. Does anyone have something that they want to start with?
Yeah, so the first one that immediately comes to my mind is whenever we first watched it, and I'm sitting next to Tina, and she starts crying during oh, I think it's whenever Reaper dies. Marcus, yes. Whenever Marcus dies. And like seeing your reaction, I started crying.
Oh my
Um,
God, Gabby.
but but it's like so powerful how like that part in the book was so intense for me, and then they did their due diligence to portray that in the film, and it's so impactful, and it's that's one of my favorite memories.
Thank you,
I love
Gabby.
that. That's exactly what I was looking for, Gabby.
I mean, I said it before and I'll say it again and I'll always say this. It's like, yeah, Tom's hot, but really don't forget the point of the movie
Mhm.
is like points where Marcus dies or the point where Reaper dies or the point where Coral dies. Like, don't forget, like that is the point of the movies. Don't forget who the real enemy is. And so
Mhm.
it was so good for me. Yeah, that was I think the arena for sure was my favorite part of the movie.
Mhm.
I can
Snap.
enjoy it all, Tina.
I feel like if I'm just talking like a movie scene that I really, really like brings me joy to see is that first moment where Lucy sees choreo, Lucy Gray sees choreo
Yes.
in the at the Hob or in the Hob.
Mm.
I just
Mhm.
love that like moment of realization and that like feeling of happiness that I can see on her face. And I just love that.
Yes.
It's just so sweet to me. And I don't know, I love seeing that moment. Like just seeing her perform is really, really cool. And really, I think I always talked about how people are gonna walk away because we had the stupid Rachel hate. And people are going to walk away with like a newfound respect and admiration for Rachel. And I think
Mhm.
that's exactly what this movie has done for her. And I'm really, really happy because,
The switch up is real, man.
yeah, like
I
people,
mean, we knew that was gonna happen, but
yeah,
watching it in real time was crazy.
Yeah.
crazy.
People see her and like her dedication to this character. I think that's been amazing. But yeah, my favorite memory has to be like of everyone has to be us like going late night to go see Ballad just because it was like super fun and because we could, and the fact that like I never had friends to watch a Hunger Games movie with me growing up. Nevertheless, like best friends who like I completely cherish and love with my whole heart. So I'm just so grateful for you guys. So I wanted to say that on here.
Oh,
Oh,
Holly, we love
thanks.
you.
But yeah, that's my answer.
Shucks.
I'll
Really?
never forget you just curled up sleeping in that movie theater
I was
chair.
just so content to be there with the people that I care about.
Oh.
That was
All
great.
right, everyone. Let's go to the theater right now and let's all
Everyone.
curl up and nap during the
Please.
movie. I feel like Taylor, Jerry, Brian, do you guys have any like
Mine is kind of similar to Holly's because my favorite, it's kind of like a two-part favorite because when we first saw it and when it ended, and so we weren't super impressed with it. And so then when we went back that night, and I remember like when it cuts to choreo like in the Capitol, you know, the music and that scene. I leaned over, I think yeah, Chase was beside me and I was like, okay, I already like this a lot more than the first time. And that's when I really started to like it. And then just going at nighttime too was fun. Even
Regal
though I spilled Pepsi.
RPX.
I spilled Pepsi all over me, I'll never forget.
Oh.
Pepsi.
Yeah, that was fun. Introducing Emily to cookie dough bites. That was also a good memory too.
Yeah.
I've gotten those since then too.
Yes, I can't go to a movie without them. They're so good.
Jerry, Brian?
I don't know.
I'll go. Oh, okay.
Okay.
You
No,
can go,
you can
Jerry.
go. No, you can go. You can go.
No, you go.
I don't know if I have a specific like scene or part. It's just like being in the same room as you guys is like so surreal. Like you like we always
Aw.
like talk about it like for months, but it actually happening is just so surreal. And just like
Mm-hmm.
in North Carolina, where we already saw the movie, so just like watching for you guys the like pivotal moments of the movie, just like waiting to see your reactions to it. It was just very really really fun to see. But yeah, like before like these past 2 months have been crazy because I have never met anyone from online. And like
Oh, wow.
after then I just met like 22 or 20 people,
Oh
from
my
online. So
gosh.
it's just very overwhelming, but at the same time it's really great to see you guys,
Yeah.
So it's just a whole big thing like that, yeah.
No.
You and Kaylee pulled like an 80 days around the world shit.
Yeah.
Seriously. Okay, how
That
was
was like
Atlanta? Tell us about Atlanta because you and Kaylee ended up going to see some Catching Fire filming sites.
Yeah, the day we went, like driving around, it was like raining, so we didn't really get to see everything, but yeah, it was really cool to see like the old abandoned buildings and stuff. It's just like it's really weird because they're all like scattered throughout the town, and so you would miss them if you weren't looking for them. So it was really cool how like they got to like film and like from there. It's pretty cool, but we didn't get to go to the Swan House or like that, but yeah, it was nice.
No. Well, I'm glad that you got to go and see
Yeah.
some.
Brian, what was your favorite memory?
So just like a really quick first one, just again reiterating being with all you guys, even though there's a few of you guys I haven't met yet. This whole this whole year and a half has been really hard for me because I left Tennessee and that's where all my friends were. I mean, most of them were already like moving on in life and leaving Tennessee anyways. And so I just really felt like so alone. And then like all the knowing this was coming up, and I just felt like I'm gonna be doing this all alone. I'm not gonna have my friends who, they don't love it as much as I do, but they still enjoy, doing it all together. And then I figured I wasn't gonna have that this movie, but then I got you guys, and it was just really nice to have that connection with people again.
Yeah.
Right. So before I cry, I'm gonna hurry up and move on to my next thing.
So much love for
So-
you, Ryan.
So my like super specific thing that I was my favorite memory with the movie was hearing like just little pieces of music that I'm familiar with within the movie, like hearing the music that we heard in the Roblox. Like we weren't sure if that was part of the score or just written for the game. And then hearing that in the movie, I really liked it. I leaned over to All Mockingjay. She was sitting right next to me, and I was like, "This is from the Roblox movie or Roblox game," and I was so excited about that. But unfortunately, that piece did not end up on the album score, which I'm really upset about. But and then hearing the same Mozart piece, that piano piece, play in the Heavensby Hall, that is also playing in Mockingjay Part One at Snow's party. It was just like, oh my gosh, the music cameo, and I was freaking out, but then I was like, I'm not gonna say anything because people are just gonna look at me like, wait, what? But yeah, I think just hearing like familiar pieces within the score, it just felt like this is part of the world, and it's even though I know James Newton Howard writes pieces for specific reasons, and they're like moods or they're for the actions that characters do, and just to hear some of them reappear and not in the same context, but just to give a sense of oh my gosh, there's that word again, familiarity. And it was just it was really nice. And then that piano piece in the credits, Victor, I feel like even though he didn't, I feel like he wrote that just for me, because Arena Crumbles is my favorite piece out of the entire score written for the movies. And that being the highlight point of that piece, it really got to me, and I almost started crying when we were at the premiere. But then Ronnie came over and started talking to me, and I was like, okay, good, I'm not gonna cry.
Aww.
Aw.
But yeah, it was just, again, I go on my own personal journey with the music, and it was super nice. Like he didn't have to write those three piano pieces because I play the piano. I love the piano. I love hearing the pieces on the piano and as an orchestra piece. But it felt really personal to me that he wrote those three pieces at the end.
Oh. And AJ.
Chip-
Oh, brother. Well, okay, I have a few. I'll keep it concise. I have to say this because I have to. Um, laying eyes on Suzanne Collins in real life,
Yep.
So crazy. So
Wow.
great.
life changing. Because for so many obvious reasons, but I really what it was for me was like in that moment. Well, I also was able to make eye contact with her, and I just blurted out, "I love you, thank you," and she was like, "I love you guys," and like that was it, But it was like there was so much in that one fraction of a second for me. And like I was and after she was on the red carpet and stuff, and like not near the fan pen anymore and whatever, and I was just kind of like standing there like all of us are here right now because of her. Like even the production crew who was setting up the fan pens and the lights and the theater and everything, they're all here because this woman is here, like because she made this.
True.
Yep.
And I don't know, it was just like a very profound moment for me. And I feel incredibly lucky that I got to even just see her in person, let alone that she signed my book. That's really insane to me. And really felt like the culmination of, you know, a little over a decade now, you know. Oh, I have to mention that because Suzanne is God to me. So there you go. But also, yeah. I don't know if it like which I can't remember which viewing it was when we were in North Carolina, but it was not the viewing itself. It was driving to the theater together. It was like being in the car together on our way to do this. It felt like so surreal, but so normal at the same time. And speaking from experience, those moments that feel equally normal as they do surreal are always like my favorite kind because I don't know, it's simple. We were all just in a car driving to a movie theater, but what it represented was so much. Like the book brought us together in the first place, and then the movie brought us together in person, and I just can't get over that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then I don't know, I could go on, but interviewing Mackenzie was pretty rad also. I gotta mention
That's
that too.
awesome. Definitely.
And you know, because it's me and it's District 4 and how what they really did for my district in this movie, you know. Then I remember, okay, I will mention this quickly. I remember like Lily being super tight-lipped about Ballad, which was per my request. And she was like, all I'll say is that you'll be very happy about Coral. And I was just like, well, now you've said this, like, great, now I'm gonna obsess over it, you know. And of course that's exactly what happened. But that was really fun and something that I never thought would happen, that we would get a non-District 12 tribute having as much like depth. I don't know how to explain that well right now, but yeah. So that was rad.
Wait.
I'll leave it at that. There's so much.
Yeah, no, there is so much. And I'm so grateful for you all. And Emily and I are always so grateful for you guys for joining us for Tribute Talk. So thank you so much. And thank you everyone for this amazing year. I mean, is there anything else anyone wants to bring up before we kind of wrap things up for the year of Ballad? Dun, dun, dun.
What a great year.
What a great
Yeah.
year.
It was worth the
Really
wait.
good.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think like I've decided that Ballad is probably my favorite movie of them all. I know.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
I say that because I think it holds so much value and memories. And I know I'm
Yeah.
gonna look back at this time and be so nostalgic. Like I already know I'm gonna be nostalgic for this time. So I'm just trying to soak it all in, and like you guys are a big part of that. So and to those of you listening and watching, thank you so much for continuing to be a part of this conversation every single week. It's been amazing to have Tribute Talk be consistent, and for Emily to come up with such a fun thing for us to be able to do. Like, so grateful. And I mean, we've been meeting every single week for the last 2 years. So here we go. Back to
Wild.
once a month.
Do y'all remember the times when I used to be like, guys, I know we're impatient for updates. We don't know if this movie is even happening, but enjoy this time because once it's over, it's over. Do you remember that? Like,
Stop.
But it's not over.
It's
you
not
know? It's
over,
not
but you know
over.
what I mean. It's like it's out now. Like it's no
Now
longer.
we have
Yeah.
Now
It's
we
different.
have new things to look forward to, like the Hunger Games play next year, or music or
Yeah.
production. What is it? I'm
Stage
like
play. Yeah.
stage play, yeah.
On stage. Yeah. That'll be fun. There's also that like scrap of a rumor about another book, but that has no real validity to it yet. But it's fun to hope and dream.
Fun to hope.
A side note, as I've been staring at the Tribute Talk logo for all night, and I'm looking at this Mockingjay and stuff, and I'm like, I bet I could get that tattooed. I'm thinking like, wait, and I'm like, my machine is in the basement.
Oh
my AJ.
Yes, AJ.
You would do it.
I would. I could tattoo my
I
leg.
double dog dare you.
Yes.
I
I'll have to get a stencil machine, but I'll keep you posted.
Keep us posted.
Yeah.
Yes.
It might happen though. I'm just saying.
Oh, well, thank you everyone for such an amazing year of Ballad. And we will see you in the new year in 2024 for episodes every month. So join us then.
See
Woo.
ya.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.